So what do these two parts of the stress of the disease process look like? What are the symptoms that we might experience and that might help us to know, am I in that diagram somewhere, and where am I? Because I can identify with the symptoms that are that help to categorize those that are characteristic of the stress phase or of the regeneration phase. And when we're in stress phase, the first point there is a little bit obvious. We are stressed. We feel stressed. We feel stress in our body. We feel tense, tight. We can be thinking obsessively, that sort of hamster wheel, looping thoughts, looping words and phrases and video images in our brain of, oh, why did that happen? And what are they thinking about me? And what's happening? Why is this happening? All of those sort of loops of the questions that we ask ourselves and the thoughts that go round and round and round in our head and don't find answers, but just keep going. Sleeplessness, because we're maybe getting to sleep. We might be exhausted when we go to bed, but then we wake up in the early hours, or we might go to bed and toss and turn. And then we might not be feeling very hungry, because when we're in fight or flight, the blood system, the blood supply, is taken away from the unessential in the moment of fight or flight organs of our body. So we can live without digestion for a while. We'll be okay. But our priority is probably going to be our lungs to get more oxygen around our body, our heart to get the circulation going well and to bring that oxygen around the body and to give us that energy that we need, and the muscles to give us that power, that energy, that movement, that activity to save ourselves and to either fight for our life or flee for our life. And it's basically all down to survival. Each one of these points has a purpose. The tenseness is the muscles ready for activity. The obsessive thinking is looping those thoughts, those images again and again and again, trying to resolve the challenge that we feel we're faced with. The sleeplessness is so that we're awake longer and we have more hours in which to be trying to process the situation that we're facing. The absence of appetite can mean that we lose weight, particularly because our metabolism is probably running quite high to give us that energy. We may be feeling cold in our fingers, our toes, our hands, our feet. And again, this is because the circulation is moving away from those areas and bringing it to the most essential vital organs to support our survival. Our blood pressure is probably going up. That relates to the other points above with the heart and the lungs and all of the activity of our blood. The blood vessels contracting, again, that's related into that. And here we may have perspiration, but it's that cold, clammy type. Like if you're waiting to go into an exam or do your driving test or give a presentation, you might find that your hands are cold and sweaty. And that's a part of what's happening in this stress phase. Our breathing will also change, our pupils will dilate, our mouth may feel dry. So there are lots of things that we kind of know, we can recognize as stress symptoms, but each of them has a purpose. Our biological body is trying to support us. It's trying to give us more opportunity and more ability to resolve the issue that we feel we're facing, that UDIN.